We can go if you want to. Woo, yeah! You've been waiting for this.
Should be big enough to bring in a dropship for evac.
Sweet. Yes! Oh, sweet. Right. Oh my God!
What?
Help me!
Hello and welcome to Game and Table Talk, the only place on the internet that talks all things gaming, including joysticks, controllers, dice, video games, and the occasional board game. I'm your host, Joe McGregor.
I'm Tristan Peppers.
And tonight we have for you a few topics in the local department of Tristram when it comes to the nest that he's been talking about for the past month and a half.
I heard that they're sold out first day, and now the rest are on back order or jacked up on eBay.
Well, I heard that it actually crashed the Amazon website.
Really?
When it went on, like people kept refreshing to try to get their copy. And
It's an awesome thing. It's awesome. It has 30 Nintendo games. And if you go by the price on their digital copy on the eShop, $10 a piece. That's the $300 console right there.
Well, there were even Xbox executives out there complaining that they couldn't get their hands on one, and it's like they were calling Nintendo out a little bit, saying, come on, you short bake this? Like, what's the deal here? How could you not produce enough units? I want one.
I thought you had already gotten one. Honestly. I thought you probably pre-ordered it like a month ago.
Thanks, Tristan. No, I didn't pre-order mine, you asshole.
I didn't either, so yeah.
But you were saying earlier that there's some online, I guess, that you can still acquire?
Well, on eBay for jacked up price.
What's the price?
Well, some people are asking for like 10,000. Yeah, 10,000.
Dollars.
Yeah, the 10 big ones, the 10 with 3 additional zeros.
Right. So next week when Nintendo pumps out about 60,000 more of these units, people will be like, I paid $10,000 for mine. I could have got it for $60.
I got it first day.
Yeah. Did they have a day one edition?
I don't think they did.
No, I'm
pretty
pretty sure they didn't. Yeah.
I just think they just sold really quickly and.
Yeah, from what I understand, the whole shebang went off without a hitch. Nintendo, you outdid yourselves and didn't outdo yourselves at the same time, I guess. No offense. And by the way, they don't endorse us, but
no. I think I talked to you about this before, but it's awesome that it's the retro game thing that can go replay the old NES cartridges. It's made by Nintendo and not by some offshoot.
Now the way
whoever brand.
The way I understand it, though, you can't play regular Nintendo games in it.
Yeah, you can.
You can?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So if I had a cartridge like back there,
my
Mario and Duck Hunt, I could pop it in.
Yeah.
Because it comes with 30 games preloaded, but I thought it was just what was preloaded.
No.
Can we get a? I don't know. I'm calling you out on that one.
No,
I want to know.
Cartridges
really?
in. Yeah.
All right.
What? that'd be kind of pointless for them.
Kind of
to bring it
makes
out.
me wish I'd have looked at a box opening or something, a box opening video or something.
If it was
but
just like a box with preloaded
I've
games
been-
on it, and that was it, they might as well just send out a bundle deal on the eShop saying you can buy all these games for $60 instead of paying $300.
Fair enough. I just want to put this out there, though.
And Nintendo doesn't like to make customers mad, like some companies do.
Like, really, what company does want to make their customers mad? I mean,
Oh.
doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose?
Xbox, well, didn't Xbox make every Xbox fan mad when they announced the Xbox One, saying,
True.
you know what, if you want to play offline, there's an Xbox 360. Wow, that was a
True.
middle finger.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, you know.
What?
Again, I would have liked to have had my hands on a copy.
Me too. That'd be cool. That would have been cool.
I'll cry and whine about it until we can get it on the show.
Well, you know what? Just sit on there on Amazon and refresh.
Yes. Until then, keep refreshing people. All right. So, on to the next idea and thought here.
Yes.
So, the Independent Games Festival had closed up their submissions with over 650 entries. Okay.
Really? That's
Yeah.
a lot of games.
Well, right. It's set to run next March during the GDC 2017. Competition hopefuls include game companies like Blendo Games, Hacking Sim, Quadrilateral Cowboy, and other fun games like that. Now, this was put out by PC Gamer, and the way I understand it, you can watch the trailers for about 574, 5-ish videos on YouTube in succession. They have the whole playlist set up, and you can go and watch it. Now, it's going to be 17 hours of footage, but I've seen some really interesting games
Cool.
in the lineup. Yeah. One of the ones that I saw, Almost Heroes, you should definitely check that one out.
Almost Heroes.
Totally looks worth your while.
What did it look like it would be from your description? What you
Yeah.
want?
Some kind of, it looks almost as if it would be some kind of satirical military.
For some reason, the title sounds like to me like a Dynasty Warriors type game.
More modern. So,
Yeah, I want to play some Dynasty Warriors.
I like Dynasty Warriors. You know, they,
too. I've been thinking about grabbing like one of the newer versions so I could just hack and slash with the new graphics.
Xbox Gold released a Dynasty Warriors game that I downloaded for me and the missus. Maybe I'll get her to tear that up with me. The problem with Dynasty Warriors is once you start playing it, it's hard to get away from.
My only problem I've had with Dynasty Warriors, it hurts my eyes for some reason. I think it's the tunneling it does.
I think it's because you have to stay so focused on what it is you're doing because there's
have to
like
give a break
500 soldiers coming at you.
I had to
I
I had to give a break about after an hour, but I really do enjoy those type of games from Koei.
My buddy and I used to play the hell out of that when we worked at Mazos. We'd step out and we'd go.
How long ago was that?
Oh God, this was 02,
So that was probably when
PlayStation 2,
Dynasty Warriors 4?
probably. It was PS2.
Yeah, I had that still, I think. Yeah, I think I still I played
Yeah,
the
we
crap
had
out of that one.
We had such a fun time with that. It was
But-
such a good game.
Go on about the
Oh, so
IGF, is it?
well, yeah. Oh, so
IGF, is it?
well, yeah. The Independent Game Festival.
Okay, I did get it right.
Well, apparently this year, one of the IGF 2017 competition award categories will feature 6 finalists, except the Nuevo Award, which will have 8. The IGS finalists will be announced in January 2017, and all will be available in playable form at the IGF Pavilion on the GDC Game Developers Convention 2017 show floor. Sorry, it's Game Developers Conference. This is actually being held in San Francisco, folks. So if you want your tickets, you better get on it. Other than that, on that note, if you want to watch these things, you can check it out on PCGamer.com. They have the entire lineup there. You can even skip through
I'm
some of the
pretty sure
trailers
you
if
sent
you're
a
not
link,
interested
didn't
in
you?
them. Well, you can even skip through some of the trailers if you're not interested in them. So that's kind of nice too.
That was nice.
So yeah, lots of puzzle games in there for the puzzle folk. A lot of good indie puzzle games out there.
No, there's a ton of really good independent games out there.
Speaking of games out there that are independent and fun, that Ascension game, this man got me onto the
It's
game,
awesome.
and now I'm onto it. We're gonna get Aikman to play too.
It's still your turn.
It is still my turn.
We've been waiting for you all day.
Yep, I know. It's my turn. I'll get it done.
But yes, it's a really great card game. At the beginning of October, they released a new expansion for it.
See, I have yet to get
It's
the
called
expansions. Dreamscape.
And that one's actually really good. I'm liking it because it has its own separate card pile called the Dreamscape. And once you acquire these certain amount of points, you can go and grab a card from the Dreamscape or do certain requirements. It's pretty cool. It changes up the game. A lot of the expansions have different unique things in it, so it will change up the game quite a bit.
Okay.
So if you ever do go and get more of the expansions, the game changes a whole lot, and there's more to do and more strategy.
Huh.
to it.
More strategy.
Great game, love it.
Sounds like a great game.
The physical copy is expensive. The digital copy on your phone, which can be played over the iPhone, through the Android and computer, they all can be played at cross-platform.
Really? So if somebody else has got PC, they're playing on the PC, then I can play
You can play it on your
on
iPhone.
my iPhone. No kidding.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just discovered that a few weeks ago. I'm like, that is awesome. Not many games do that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that
No.
annoys me about Xbox and PlayStation. You can't play your buddies that have
Oh,
you know,
right,
Call of Duty,
right.
you know,
The thing
and-
is,
Right,
now
the cross-platform
the
needs to
cross-platform
happen.
thing, that thing is open now for between PS4 and Xbox.
Right.
They just haven't. They
And
just
it's
haven't.
just all depending on the developer now.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Huh.
If the of course it's going to be extra steps
Yeah.
and a lot more work in order to get both of them working. The only games I could think of on top of my head that actually have done, not over through Xbox and PS4, but from the PlayStation to the computer. Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14, they were cross-platform.
Oh, they
through-
sure were.
So if you're running around on your computer, you were going to see somebody that was on the PlayStation.
Right. I do remember that.
That
I
was-
played that in
I
03
think that was
in my
actually
military
that was actually
barracks.
one of the actually that was probably one of the first games for cross-platform.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go, Square Enix.
All right, Square Enix for the win. Hell yeah. So you were saying something else earlier about a Kickstarter
Oh,
that you found. I've got a Kickstarter idea too that I found this week.
what do you do? What's going to make some money?
No,
Oh.
nothing like that yet.
Okay. This Kickstarter thing I saw, they reached their goal within a week. They're $30,000 within a week.
Okay.
And what the game is a trading card game that's with the augmented reality. And basically, you'll put your card down on the ground, and you'll use your phone. And when you're looking through your phone, the card becomes an image, a 3D image that you can control with your phone to go and battle somebody else. And then there's other cards that add to it to make your character stronger, and etc. etc. I don't know how the game fully works because there's no actual demo, but it just showed a brief gameplay, visual, how the game will work. The people that made it are two 18-year-olds that just graduated this year.
Nice.
And I saw that, I was like, that's really a cool idea.
So it's basically kind of like Pokemon Go, only with cards that you hold in your hand, And when you play them, the characters come to life on your phone screen.
Yes, but
Rock on.
not really like Pokemon Go, just the augmented reality part.
Right.
Not walk around and actually try to get some exercise.
I can't look.
People
I can't look at the cards. Right, but I can't look at the cards and say, "Oh, look, it's popping right out of the card." I have to use my phone. There's no 3D imagery on the cards. Okay, okay, just making sure.
So I thought
that's
that was
pretty cool.
I thought that was really cool.
That is really cool.
They have, if you donate like a lot of money to their Kickstarter thing, you can actually get your own custom card.
Yeah, you said like if you don't donate like $1,000, you can design a card or something.
It might be more than that, but I don't know how. It's a good chunk of money. But you can get your own card with the 3D image and all that. It'd be interesting once this kicks off more.
Yeah, I'd have to see it more to know.
I will say it's very impressive. Within 1 week, they got their goal. Not many do that.
No, that's a really good point to be made. As far as now, will it be a subscription type game, or did they not discuss that? Or
it's a trading card game.
Okay, so, but you don't have to subscribe to the app or anything like that. You just buy the cards, and the app displays what you need.
It didn't give that
It didn't
full
say
information
Okay.
on there, what I remember reading. But I'm pretty sure we're going to have more further things because I feel like it's going to be probably a big hit maybe later.
Okay, definitely.
Just because of the augmented reality idea onto it.
Huh.
I think that's what's going to kick it forward more.
Fair enough. Now, folks, usually right about this time, we would have a guest in. Now, this week we don't have a guest. They actually
Don't
had...
be mean to the invisible guy.
I'm
I'm sorry, sir. He is hurting your feelings. What's that? Yeah, no, he is a douche.
Yeah.
You just lost 7 people because you're talking to no one.
So we have... Usually we have a guest. This week they couldn't make it in, and so we're going to cover one more segment on Kickstarter this week. And we're actually... working towards picking up a copy of this for our table. This is called Stitches. It's a card game of monstrous proportions. Aikman, can you give our viewers a shot of it?
It is up.
Okay, thank you, sir. Fast-paced brawling game for 3 to 7 players. You upgrade your monster's body parts to defeat the abomination. Now,
that sounds fun.
It's going to be great. Now, your characters are monsters that have been discarded abominations, if you will, from Franken State University. University is apparently closed down, and you are left in the woods to wander as a monster. You can upgrade your body parts, fight amongst your friends, or you can team up with your friends to destroy the abomination that's in the forest. Okay? Now, with that being said, the whole preface of the game is to focus on winning. And you can win solo or you can win with teammates. And so they have, excuse me, they have several different categories that you can jump into. Now, their higher up package of $400 is already sold out, and you can't get that anymore. But let me just put this out to you. Kyle will create a monstrous version of your face for one of our starting humans, including an 8.5 inch by 11 inch print of your monstrous face. Also includes 1 copy of Stitches plus all stretch goals.
Earlier, so you can donate the $400 and have a monstrous face with you.
I don't know. I guess I'm foolish, but I'm thinking of
your kid.
I'm thinking of pledging $90, and that's the Can't Get Enough Stitches package, where you receive 5 copies of Stitches plus all the stretch goals.
Sounds pretty cool.
It definitely looks like it's worth the while. I want to get in on this because I want to be an expert at it for the next Gen Con.
You said you did donate to the Kickstarter so you can get one? I
am going to get us copies, and we're probably going to give out some copies through the show in the future.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Now...
Yeah? Yes.
For those of you who aren't aware of exactly what Kickstarter is, you can jump onto Kickstarter and fund any project that you might find there, that you find interesting, that you might find that you just even want to participate in. Sometimes they'll give you dice, characters, figures, copies of their game, what have you, as a reward for donating and supporting them. So I've supported a few Kickstarters, and I have to say that it's a really nice program. In fact, one of the programs or games I picked up was actually at a convention, but the way I understand it got its start on crowdfunding, which was Iron and Ale, which is a dwarven drinking game. Want to showcase it on the show at some point.
Doesn't it play kind of like Munchkin a little bit?
A little bit, but the
drinking?
physical challenges in it are real. Like, if the card says you have to smack another dwarven lord in the face, I would have to say to you like that, right, while we're drinking.
You want a duel, sir?
I've got me ale right here. So, but it's meant for fun. There are physical challenges like push-ups, things like that, and Iron and Ale. I have yet to get a table full to play it, but if you're interested, audience, any of you locals out there that wouldn't mind having a pint or two, come on out. We'd love to have you. Send us your info. We'll invite you in for a party session.
Bring good beer.
21 and up only. We are in America, folks. There is a federal law. You might say it's state law, but we'll get into that another day. Now, finishing up with that, we really should get a game of that together. It'd be a lot of fun.
After this, you up for it, Aikman?
Sounds like fun.
So what have you been reading about lately?
Reading-wise, nothing really. Gaming-wise...
What have you been reading about gaming recently?
Oh.
Anything interesting, fun?
One thing kind of just came by earlier was... I didn't know that Assassin's Creed is having a movie coming out this December in theaters.
Didn't they already have a movie come out?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's not Assassin's Creed, no. Oh, that was the...
Yeah.
Oh, what was the game? Guy had a bald head and a barcode on the back. Hitman. There was a Hitman film.
Yeah, that was a handful of years
Sorry,
ago.
Hitman fans. It was a good game.
Yeah, Hitman is a good game.
I probably didn't play it as much as some others, but I was in the service.
And either, but the experience I've had, it's a difficult game.
What's that?
Hitman.
Hitman?
But Assassin's Creed's going to have their own theatrical movie in December.
Huh.
And
well, there you go, Creed fans. I mean, Assassin's Creed fans, not to be confused with the late 90s band. Yes.
But the...
Warm so many
Are any Creed fans left in the world?
They need a reunion tour.
Okay.
You heard it here first, audience.
But Ubisoft, the company that owns Assassin's Creed, has been talking with Netflix for a possible series in the future. They did not name a certain title. It's just a possibility of one of Ubisoft's titles that will be out there, like one of Tom Clancy's or
really
Assassin's Creed series or something.
Huh.
Or Tomb Raider. That'd be interesting. Tomb Raider getting its own series. They have no got its movies.
The only thing I've found about video game movies in the past, i.e. Super Mario Brothers...
That was a brilliant movie, sir.
It sure was a brilliant film. I've run into a lot of trouble with video game films. A lot of trouble. And I just don't know. I just don't know if I can get behind it.
Well, if you do this, what you should do when it comes to video game movies, if they did not go and try to base that whole story of the movie off the actual video game title of the actual video game, then there's some criticism. If they're just making it like an offshoot, just an offshoot off of it, just like an add-on story to it. Just think of it as another game or another extension.
Streets of Rage would make a great film. That would be a good one.
It would, actually.
Remember Skates?
Yes, great.
For those of us,
From our chat room, real quick.
yes.
We have Blight Time actually saying Assassin's Creed Lineage didn't count, so
Assassin's Creed Lineage didn't count.
didn't count.
Huh. All right then.
All right.
Fair enough.
I don't know which one.
So-
I haven't followed Assassin's Creed for a moment because I know they came out with a lot within the last 2 to 3 years.
It's a series I've jumped into with friends and had a great time in slashing. The last one I played,
games.
we were swashbuckling quite a bit. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Game and Table Talk Show, the only place on the internet that talks everything gaming, from dice, board games, joysticks, controllers, to the occasional board game. I'm your host, Joe McGregor.
And I'm Tristan Peppers.
And tonight we've been covering a plethora of different small items. The Independent Gaming Festival, having over 574 trailers posted. Going to be one hell of a convention, conference, what have you. You can find that at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. The independent game developers will be there and posting their best.
Nintendo's selling out on their new revisit console within a day.
Yeah, apparently Amazon's servers were even shut down. Their page was shut down for a little while because of the Nintendo
You need to refresh,
retro.
right?
Yes, just keep refreshing.
Refresh.
But no, we were talking there, and you had mentioned, you had just mentioned it. Oh, I lost my
Yes.
damn train of thought on it. When you were
Yeah.
talking,
I was talking about what?
you were talking about Assassin's Creed, and then you moved on to.
I can't remember.
That's
But
all right.
Oh yes, now I remember. There could be a possible
The whole
series on Netflix that's from Ubisoft. Don't know what it could be, but yeah, embrace ourselves.
Well, one thing that has had fan fiction, films made after it, action figures, T-shirts, toy guns. I mean, you mentioned it. The Halo franchise has been something that's very important to a lot of gamers out there. And this Tuesday they
Yeah, to one
celebrate.
of our friends, definitely.
And to one of our friends, definitely. And Tuesday they celebrate 15 years of Halo. That's right, folks. It was released November 2001. Now, we all remember what
I'm
happened
into
in
Halo.
September of 2001. And when I thought back on it, I thought, was it really that long ago that they released Halo? And it was. I remember finding solace after 9/11, shortly thereafter, in some Halo and tearing it up with friends and being one of the very first games we could actually link together and do a whole 16 bout on right in our living room.
I remember that. I remember walking to your old place and
Oh yeah,
everybody linked up with their Xboxes and
oh yeah, it was
a
great.
ton of TVs.
Oh yeah, it was a
I
great
remember
time.
that.
Well, Halo is celebrating its 15 years by having an online live stream beginning at about 3:43 p.m. Pacific time.
Rip stream.
What's that?
Rip stream.
It's a Twitch live stream beginning
Okay.
at 3:43 p.m. Pacific time, and during the event they'll show a special walkthrough of the Halo Museum. They'll talk Halo Wars 2 with Dan Iob and Max Zalgor. Hear about some of the team and community's fondest Halo memories. Better yet, folks, this is even better. We're actually going to be doing a little thing at my place for Halo that night. Going to hook up a couple of Xbox Ones, get some stuff popping, because Halo 5 is going to have a retro map set that you can download and play for the anniversary.
For free?
The way I understand it, it's going to be free.
That doesn't sound Xbox.
Anniversary throwback playlist for Halo 5, featuring Combat Evolved maps remade in Halo 5 with Forge tools. There will also be free stuff. So now's the time to jump on and have a good time. What kind of birthday party would it be without goodie bags for attendees? I don't want to spoil their surprise, but I
during
think
your
you'll
party,
dig
we
it,
have
343
Halo
said.
helmets during your party.
This article can be found at GameSpot.com, folks. Nothing to shake your fist at, because as we all know, Halo's how many of us got started with shooters.
Very true.
Well, GoldenEye.
Well, GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and they
Well,
remastered that as well, I
well,
guess, on a PC
Really
version.
Duck Hunt. So
Well, yes, but
That
when
got
it
us
comes
ready for House
when
of
it
the
comes to
Dead.
shooting your when it comes to shooting your friends in a video game, though, GoldenEye was where it was at. Do you remember Odd Job and the little old lady pedestrian?
Oh, yeah.
They
I
were
remember
short,
that
and I always played them because of it.
I remember you used to run around with the grenade pin pulled, and anytime anybody killed you, you'd scream, "I'm real."
And then the grenade would
Blow
explode
you
up.
up. Yep.
Yep. I'm real! What's the matter, Sean? Toilet blow up? Had remote mines all over the floor in the toilet, and he goes to open it, and I'm just sitting on it, and he's like, ah!
Good old days.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was great. We need to get that. We need to. Oh my gosh. They apparently there was a group of people that redid that game and sped it up and everything, and it's a
I think I saw
PC
that on
unofficial
Steam,
released version. I don't think it's a Steam release.
I think I saw it on Steam.
I'll have to look into it, but I don't think it's a Steam
I can't
release.
remember, but
What was that newer Perfect Dark, was it?
Yeah,
Is that
Perfect
the-
Dark was pretty good too.
I remember that one. Oh yes,
Yeah, it
Perfect
ran-
Dark.
it
That was a
ran-
good- that was a hard game.
Yeah, it ran very, very similarly. Now the new 360 version was not nearly as good.
I had fun playing that one.
Well,
I beat it. No, I can't wait. I can't remember. It's
my
been too
opinion, the
long.
original Perfect Dark was better, but
Yeah.
I spent hours killing bots on that. Remember that?
Right.
We'd be shacked up in the bottom. Ah! Brr, brr, just killing bots as they fell down through the map.
Dang, the 64. That was a good console.
Oh man, the 64 was a great console. Apparently this Nintendo Switch is getting a lot of buzz, man.
Oh yeah.
They went the right way with the Nvidia chips. You can't go wrong with Nvidia.
You can't, and it being portable and at-home console at the same time. That's
I'm
actually
telling you,
pretty
it's gonna.
badass.
Nintendo could very well be on top again. Not to say they haven't been on top, but they.
Nintendo
let's face it,
will
their-
live forever.
their
They've been around
competition-
100 years before
Their competitive.
everybody else.
True, their competitive edge just hasn't been there in the past decade. I'm sorry, I love you, Nintendo. We're not endorsed to talk about any makes, but Nintendo, we love you, and we'll always buy your products.
Mhm.
You've really hit the. Nobody can touch you when it comes to the handheld gaming systems.
That's very true.
Yeah, I would have to say
love
so.
the handheld stuff.
So,
Yes.
the Nintendo Switch.
I haven't heard anything new recently yet,
No. Okay.
but
I'm leaving that one to you because that's your feed
well,
source. That's your.
it's
that's your
it's
thing.
really just around the corner. It's coming out in March.
Well, I did read today that the Wii U officially stopped production, and they're going to let distributors know when their shipments are out.
That makes sense. There's some pretty good games on the Wii U. I haven't played it because I don't have a Wii U, but I heard Bayonetta 2 was actually really good. And
There were some good games for it, and the backwards compatibility.
Xenoblade 2 was really good. I played the first one. That was a phenomenal game.
Man, that Xenogears game, I gave a copy to Lample.
Xenogears, that's a different game.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of Xeno stuff. There's Xenogears, there's Xenosaga, and then Xenoblade is
Xenogears was an early Enix
yes, it was.
PlayStation game, though. Well, I gave a copy to Lample, and he calls me later. He goes, "Man, that game's worth $374." It's like,
Yeah, bull.
what? Now it's best in
Bullshit.
his. It's best in his.
Bullshit.
No, it really is. I looked it up that day. He told me it was worth that much.
Sealed.
And I unsealed, and I had given him a copy, and I told him, I
I
said,
wish I
better.
kept mine.
I said, better it's in your hands as a collector, because I would just sell the damn thing to probably somebody who didn't care. I'd rather have it in my friend's hand.
But Xenogear was connected to Xenosaga. No, wait, no, it wasn't.
I thought they were all connected.
Xenosaga was a completely different company. That was by Konami.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, or was it Capcom or Namco? I can't remember. But they are all different games. Xenoblade, it was a really good game. They brought it out for the new 3DS,
Mhm.
so I played it on that. It was originally on the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
The sequel's on the Wii U, and I plugged in over 100 hours. The gameplay is active, so you're constantly on the move.
Okay.
Your character's constantly attacked, so you don't have to worry about pressing a button for them to go and attack. They'll attack on their own if they're close to an enemy.
Really? An auto attack
You're
feature.
mainly focused on trying to do their abilities, trying to make sure the party's healed, and make sure they're bringing out combos.
Okay.
And you move you can choose between characters if you want to move who and who. Otherwise, computers will take control of the others.
Huh. That's interesting.
And
Well,
it is a very great game.
Aikman,
I
you
love
seem
it.
pretty peeled to the screen there. What's going on? We got some questions?
No questions. Just some good comments.
Good comments.
Somebody
Rock
said,
on.
Don't mess around with the. It's a cheap tablet when referring to the new Nintendo. Put your money into a PC that can run the games, and you want to play with people. That's the whole point of gaming. You want to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good socials.
Well, I just recently picked up a PC, and my gaming experience has quadrupled.
I have a Steam machine, and it's not a bad console at all.
No,
They just need more games on it, but that's about it.
I really feel like Steam is the wave of the future. I really do. I think Steam is onto something. I think that Steam has a good marketing platform, and I think that they're going to be a major player for years to come. I mean, we're talking about a system you can have on a console or a PC. I mean, they've talked about cross-platforming.
Oh yeah, but well, I went and played the Resident Evil 7 demo last week, or Biohazard 7.
Okay, they're calling it Biohazard in the States now?
They have it on the demo title.
Okay.
It says Resident Evil / Biohazard
Okay.
7. It's different. I think they're going back to the more scary part, and so far what I played on the demo, you don't see any of the old characters. So no Chris Redfield, no Leon,
No Jill?
no Jill, no
What about Wesker?
but he died,
Wow.
and no Claire, etc.
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
But it's a new character named Ethan. He's just a regular civilian, and well, I haven't ran into any zombies or any infected things yet.
You were almost a gibble
It
sandwich.
was a short demo, so
Sorry.
it was kind of creepy, scary. I didn't know what's going on. You don't have any weapons at the very start. I didn't have any weapons at all in that process, but
You seem like you have a little bit of a PTSD from it. I didn't have any weapons. There were no weapons around.
I'm not comfortable going in a horror game without like some sort of melee weapon to defend myself.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Something could come out of you and just kill you, and you're like, well, I had to start all over again. And I played only 5 minutes into the game.
Are the zombies the freaky running ones, or the shambling?
I didn't see any yet. I did not see
Well, what'd you
any.
fight?
I haven't fought anything. It's
All puzzles?
story. It is.
All puzzles? There's a lot of
It's more-
puzzles?
It is more of a exploring.
Damn.
There's a little bit of puzzles in it.
Don't let me down. I need some good puzzles in that one. If I'm going to return to the franchise, I'm coming back to some puzzles, damn it.
But it's supposed to be. It takes off after events of 8 months after 6, and it's a fictional
great.
town in Louisiana. I forget what the name was.
Louisiana.
But this guy goes down to this farm to go looking for his missing wife, and pretty much hell goes on from there.
All right.
I try to escape from the house. You get locked up in this house, and you try to escape. Then this guy punches you in the face. The demo's on all the consoles right now, so
All right,
well,
I'll
not
check
all
it
the
out.
consoles, but Xbox, PlayStation, and
Steam.
yes.
We'll check it out.
The three
Yes,
major stuff.
because we really had to twist your arm to check it out. So.
Yeah. I have to twist you.
Well,
I know you're too much
just
into your arc, but
I saw a little teaser that had a family sitting around a table, and I thought, please, no more rip-offs of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Please, no, don't do that to me. So I'm willing to try it out, but I mean, we saw The House of a Thousand Corpses. We saw. I mean, it's been played. It's been done. I'm sorry. I love you guys, but it's been done. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
just so you know, everything's always going to be repeated, no matter what. Because in art is pretty much taking another person's idea and making it better. That's where we're at now. Nothing's original.
Imitation
You
is the
cannot
best
do
art.
original now because everything is already pretty much was thought up now.
I mean, we're pretty censor-driven, numb. I mean, after seeing how many movies of Saw are there out there? I mean,
that's a
we've pretty much
horrible
seen
movie.
or thought of any gruesome death or.
Well, hell, The Walking Dead in the
dismemberment or
recent
anything.
couple
Yeah,
weeks. No,
absolutely.
And
no
the
spoilers.
The
Right, no
Chainsaw Texas
spoilers.
Massacre thing, though, it's a very popular story to go base things off of, and easier to
Fair
go
enough.
help
Fair enough.
bring the scary
I still
effect
can't
back.
forget the Leatherface running. Whoa! Whoa! When they drive away in the semi. Arlie.
Game over.
Okay.
Well, this is a long death scene. Can I continue? Okay, now I can continue.
It's like the time my paladin ran head first with nothing more than a shield and a bastard sword into a pile of kobolds.
Leroy Jenkins, kind of.
It was a Leroy Jenkins style battle, but I also had so many bonuses against evil creatures that they couldn't touch me. So, well,
If you don't know who Leroy
they
Jenkins
could,
is,
but it would take a whole pile
look
of
it
them.
up. Definitely
Or
worth looking
Cut
up.
through at least
Great
half the
video.
pile. Leroy Jenkins was a good video. But I was a human paladin. I charged into the room and started slicing and hacking. That was the same paladin that threw rocks at frost giants because it was a good idea at the time. There's always plenty of rocks around. Rocks make good weapons. There's always a rock around. In an RPG, if you're out of weapons, a rock will do.
So, what have you been playing these past couple weeks?
Well, I did get through Ark's Halloween special. That was totally worth my time. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of work.
A lot of stuff they'll have to work out for next year. Some glitching and things like that.
Isn't the game still on beta, alpha, or whatever?
I think it's still considered a beta version. But they'll be releasing it here shortly. The actual game itself.
I heard they already have DLC and everything for that game, and it's not even. It's still in beta. That's interesting.
Well, and lately I've also been playing the online Ascension version for the iPhone. You got me talked into that. I know it's still my turn. And then I also played. Oh, what the hell did I play? Vampire the Masquerade. I've been playing actually 2 games of that. One hasn't met in a few weeks because of sickness and traveling. But my every other week game with the guys has divulged into destroying a good portion of the spirit world in San Francisco.
Well, that boss was pretty hard.
Trying
I get in there.
trying to take
I
down a
just
Methuselah
made my
is
character
not.
and joined you guys, and
For those of
we're
you,
put up with this elder vampire that's impossible
Yes.
to go and kill. I'm like, I'm.
it's not
I'm-
impossible; it's improbable.
I
Sharky's
just went
coming
brain
back,
dead,
so-
and I was like, I can't really think of anything how to get rid of it except
the-
for fire.
But the self. Well, we bathed them in nuclear fire. But Sharky, the self-loathing, dramatizing, hero that no human wants, but what they need right now is returning next game. And you know he going to be gentrifying and killifying all those that would stand against his good lord. Even though we kind of killed his good lord, too. Just the same. So, been playing a Modern Knights Vamp game. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Game and Table Talk Show, the only place online that talks all things gaming, from dice, controllers, to joysticks, to the occasional board game. I'm your host, Joe McGregor.
And I'm Tristan Peppers.
And we've been covering a range of topics tonight, including my, if you just joined in, most recent venture into Vampire the Masquerade. A little bit about ARK, talked about the new NES console and how it's literally sold out and crashed a few
Talked
websites.
about a couple Kickstarter things.
Yeah, Stitches and Kickstarter right now.
And Genesis.
Both
trading card game.
the trading card game.
That's a card game too, isn't it? Snitches, right?
Stitches, no. Stitches is again a game where you play like a Frankenstein type monster and either team up to kill an abomination or do it yourself.
Is it a board game or
It's a card building game.
Okay,
It's a building
that's what
game.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. And we talked about Ascension for a bit.
Yeah. So, what games have you been playing recently,
Well,
Tristan?
besides Ascension, I've been playing that like every day, and I've been playing a few mobile games right now. I found Blas Blue on the phone. It's a really cool fighting anime game. If you guys know what Guilty Gear is, which was an anime fighting game, which was kind of like had the metal, rocky feel to it. Like I feel like it appealed more to the metal heads. How the game felt. There's a ton of characters, like 20 to 30 characters in it. They're already unlocked in Guilty Gear, but in Blas Blue, which is their newer series, it started out with only a handful of characters, and then it slowly started building up more and more characters. Still really not sure about how the story goes, but the characters are cool. It's kind of hard to follow the story, except for all I know is that the main character is he has some sort of curse on him.
Okay.
And I forget exactly what it affects. This vampire girl, she tries to help Ragna, which is the main character, go through things. She's kind of like I can't think of the name, mentor in a way. She's a guide. She's been like a guide. That's it for the main character. And then Jin, he is supposed to be Ragna's blood brother, and for some reason he's very obsessed with wanting to fight him, kill him. There's a lot. It's pretty chaotic.
Sounds kind of chaotic with all the characters.
It's a very great fighting game though.
Okay.
It's very fast paced. If you like anime graphics, they do a good job on the old style 2D. It flows very well.
Anything else you've been playing lately, or?
I just grabbed Bloodborne.
Okay. What is this game? I haven't heard of this one yet.
It's a PlayStation 4 exclusive game.
Okay. That's why I haven't heard of it, folks.
It's pretty brutal so far. I have to say it's probably close to the Dark Souls. I haven't played Dark Souls yet, but I'm going based on what all my friends who have played Dark Souls describe Dark Souls. How that when you're in the middle of the game, while you're playing through the game, if you die, you have to start all over again.
Oh, I remember dying.
So
I remember.
But in this, you do get to keep all your stuff when you die. You do have to start all the way back at the very beginning where at the level. But the only thing you lose is these blood points that you get to spend to go and level yourself up and buy equipment. That's what you will lose if you do die.
Okay.
If you don't return back to the area to go and spend it.
So it sounds a lot like
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Yeah.
And
interesting.
played probably about 5 hours, and I'm still in the same area. I haven't really I haven't progressed. It's hard. I haven't progressed at all.
So a game that I'm going to be trying out here soon is the newer version of Talisman.
I heard you guys talk about Talisman. It's a good game.
Yeah, now you can get it on Steam, which is where I'm probably going to pick up a copy there, and I'm probably going to pick up a couple of copies for friends to play with, and essentially it's the new version on Steam in a board game sense, but you're playing digitally with friends, just like that.
Ascension.
Just like Ascension, or just like the tabletop setup that I've got. Fantasy Grounds, good stuff. Okay, that being said, that's probably my next venture.
That's your next venture is into the Talisman?
Yep, I've played the originals. It's time to get back to it. I wish somebody would put together Hero Quest. I wish we could play Hero Quest online.
Quest.
It was an early game.
That.
It was an early game that mimicked. It was by GameWorks, same people that do Warhammer and all that. It was an early game built or done by GameWorks that mimicked Dungeons and Dragons. It was just in a little bit more controlled environment.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was called Hero Quest.
You're talking about the board game, right?
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a Dungeons and Dragons game that came out like on the PlayStation that was actually really good? I can't remember what.
Baldur's Gate was like one of the best games released ever, and they've done re-releases for multiplayer and everything on Steam.
Yes, they have.
But people tell me that they get into playing it and they have a great time, but then they just can't get over how much graphics have changed and stuff. And to me, it's like, I'll buy a nostalgic game and play through it. Never had the patience as a kid. Maybe I'll finally beat it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Final Fantasy VII. Never beat that. I
haven't beat it either.
played through and finally beat it, and I was like,
underleveled.
wow, okay.
I underleveled myself.
Yeah, well, in 8 you couldn't underlevel yourself. In
That's
fact,
true.
in fact,
stuck with you.
Thompson did his best not to level through the entire game and beat
That's
it
what he
at a
told
very
me.
low level. Yeah.
I liked 8. It's just I never got to finish it because my save data almost kept on getting corrupted. So
Corrupted save data.
hopefully, whenever I do download it on the PlayStation Network, I can actually fully play it through.
Yeah, it was a good game. That was one of my favorite ones. I loved the villain Seifer. He was one of my favorites. I like villains. I don't know why. I like
villains are
Magus and
fun.
Chrono Trigger. I like Seifer in Final Fantasy VIII. I like Sephiroth. You know,
And you like what's his name? The clown and
Kefka
Kefka.
in Final Fantasy VI.
Why didn't you dress up like him for Halloween?
I probably will next year.
Oh wait, you couldn't because clowns were banned for
Yeah.
Halloween this year.
Yeah, no clowns this year, folks. Sorry.
You should dress up as Kefka one year.
That's Kefka for you. Yeah,
Mhm.
I could probably do a Kefka. I've got the jaw for it.
Yeah, you should do the Kefka.
I'd have to shave.
And have your wife be Tara.
She would make a good Terra. Green hair,
Mm-hmm.
hot little red number. What? I think it could work. That's all I'm saying. Well, so next time we meet, folks, we are going to have my cousin joining us. Now, I haven't told him this yet,
You
Nick,
haven't told him?
but I'm going to. I actually talked to him the other day. We had our Veterans Day lunch.
You do?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's a great game.
You You have not invited any of us to go play it with you?
Yeah, what up, man?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Boy, you little...
So I think seriously though that we'll have a good time when we are able to get together with him. We could put Mario Maker right here in the studio and go from there. Folks, next week we'll have a guest. We'll keep you posted on Twitter. We are currently holding off on doing any giveaways until we get our first questions answered. So feel free to look at our Twitter page, check out those questions, answer them, and then we'll send out your gifts to your residence or to your Steam account. So whatever it is that you're doing right now, whether it's tabletop,
Or board game. Oh, you said tabletop.
board
Mini
games,
gaming.
controllers, dice. You keep
Cards.
gaming, America. We'll see you next time. And if you're not in America and you're one of our global fans, please feel free to reach out to us. Let us know what's hot in your area. Folks,